8 rounds this is scheduled for. Crisanto Espana in the red corner. There he is, tall, rangy fighter from the Barney Eastwood stable. One of the most successful stables in Europe. Fast start here from Taylor. Both men wearing black trumps trimmed, but Espana's are trimmed with silver rather than the white that Dave Taylor is sporting. Taylor, a well-travelled journeyman. Espana, leading contender for Meldrick Taylor's WBA championship. Oh, a good start here from Taylor. Plenty of good punches there, but Espana does take a good shot. Crisanto Espana now 28 years of age. Unbeaten in 26. Good right hand there from Espana. First round. Taylor wobbling. Well, the referee went there from 3 to 5. Very eccentric count there from this French referee. So a good start for Espana, as you'd expect, being a WBA leading contender. And there's been criticism recently of some of the imported fighters on these French shows, and I must admit I endorse that criticism. Taylor's fairly capable in his own class, but should be totally outclassed here by Espana. "23 of Espana's wins have come inside the distance, so only 3 men have taken him the whole way. Again, the right there clips Dave Taylor, makes his legs dip. Looks like it could be a 10-8 round in favour of the Venezuelan. Dave Taylor there sporting dynamite on the bottom of his trunks. Espana claws on his waistband. So last 30 seconds then of this opening round. We're at Ponto Combo, about 17 kilometres southeast of Paris. Solid body shot there from Taylor. Bell ends the first good round for Espana. No more than expected, of course. Last time out, Espana knocked out Kevin Whaley in a round. Whaley in over his head. Oscar Checker there in the corner. Or was it Bernardo Checker? One of the two anyway. Won his WBC International Championship. Beat Luis Santana on points at the Maysfield Leisure Centre. And then defended in the fight before last against Hector. Here's that right hand that put Taylor on the floor. The first defence, Hector Hugo Vilti, also at Maysfield. The first man to take Espana the distance was Dave Pierre from Peterborough, the current Southern Area champion. Round 2 then, David Taylor. With the white waistband against Crisanto Espana, taller, lighter skinned Venezuelan. Oh, nice little jab there from Taylor. So Espana may not get things all his own way, but I don't expect Taylor to have too much success. This is not an occasion for Espana to go all out. Probably just be content with doing enough. I remember seeing Espana at the Albert Hall against Del Bryan before Bryan became British welterweight champion. Outpointed Bryan. He was the second man to take Espana the full route. And the third one was Luis Santana in the WBC International Championship Challenge. Chopping right there from Crisanto Espana. Espana now with his back to us. This is an 8-round welterweight contest. Oh, nice right there from Taylor. And again, nice punches here from Espana. Once again, Espana punishes Taylor to the head. Two-fisted burst of punches. Nice right from Espana. He's a hurtful puncher. So this 27-year-old Venezuelan making a name for himself, boxing out of Belfast, and here putting on no more than the show expected against Dave Taylor. Bell ends the second, and once again a good round there for Espana. Don't expect Taylor to win a round in this. 8-round contest. And he's fought his fair share of British opponents as Espana, including Simon Eubanks, Gary Pemberton, Billy Buchanan, the former Scottish champion. You see Taylor's record, 21 wins in 40 outings and 2 draws. So Judas Clotty, Espana beat. Clotty, a tall, rangy man. I already mentioned Del Bryan. Lloyd Christie, the former British light welterweight champion, was knocked out in 4 rounds by Espana. And rather strangely, Newton Barnett was also put in with Espana. 2 fights after Espana won his international title. So round 3 then. Of a scheduled 8, this is a welterweight match facing as Crisanto Espana. And it's strange how Espana still retains his WBC International Championship when he's a #1 contender for the WBA title held by Meldrick Taylor. Interesting match that. Taylor, a little bit unpredictable in his attitude and nature. And if he's not right on the night, Espana, the kind of man who could beat him. Rather quiet start to round 3. Taylor electing to stay out of the way of these long punches from Espana. Espana's last fight was about 3 weeks ago. 3 weeks tomorrow, in fact. A first-round knockout over Kevin Whaley. Nice body shot there from Espana. Switches to the head, same punch. Dave Taylor, 30 years of age, just 2 years older than Espana. Espana's got that hollow look about his face, makes him look a lot older than he is. Taylor inspecting his right eye, possibly cut. And if he is, it'll be a result of a left hook from the man in front of him. Nice punches again from Crisanto Espana. Dave Taylor, the kind of man capable of taking Espana the whole way if he boxes the right kind of fight. But I've got a hunch that Espana will catch up with him before the finish. Might have to wait a while, though. Bell ends round 3. And once again, Espana very firmly in control. Probably the most inclusive round of the fight so far, with Taylor landing just one punch. Referee there, Alfred Azaro. Corner calling referee over to inspect this right eye. It was a left hook, I'm sure, that caused that small nick on the right eye of Dave Taylor.
Whatever you do, hit to the side, he turn his hand, hit you in the side here, take your hand and hit him back in the side, okay?
And always 3-4 punches, always 3-4 punches. Okay.
Yep, Bernard Checker.
Inside.
His brother Oscar. Very decent fighter.
Please, okay. Okay.
So the fourth then of a scheduled 8, with his back to us David Taylor, the visitor from the US, against the former South American Crisanto Espana, now based in the Eastwood Gym in Belfast. Lovely jab there from Espana. Espana 23 stoppage wins in 26 outings, unbeaten. Getting a few rounds here from Dave Taylor, slashing right there from Espana. Espana, I imagine, will steadily increase the pace as this goes on. He's actually had a couple of late stoppage wins. He beat Hector Hugo Vilti in 7 rounds of a scheduled 12. Also beat Felix Dubray in Belfast in 7. A lot of his wins, though, have come very early. Well, money for nothing there. I don't think Dave Taylor would agree. Last minute of round 4. Once again, nice slashing punches there from Espana. He does whip them well. Very long between the elbow and the shoulder. Espana, lovely right again. Well, referee there called a low shot. No complaints from Taylor. Sporting a nick on his right eye. Actually, Dave Taylor doing quite well, actually, to withstand these attacks from Espana. Very skeletal face, Espana. Well, fortunately, Taylor knows how to keep his elbows tucked in. So another excellent round for Crisanto Espana, the 4th.
Body, slow it down, right? Body.
Nice.
His face,
Boxing nice.
right, his face.
Boxing well. Boxing nice.
Once again, the replay of the nice long right and good body punches these from Espana.
Stop them. Combination to the head. Body first, body.
Slowing down.
Yeah, he's slowing down now. Okay.
Once again, and Taylor, in fact, did well to keep his feet there. We're going to take a short break before the commencement of round 5. Halfway stage of this 8-round welterweight match. Crisanto Espana, Belfast-based Venezuelan, in full command. The lighter-skinned, taller man had Taylor on the floor from a right hand in the first round, and he's punished him with some very decent hooks to the head and body, and of course those long right hands that's jerked his head back for the last few rounds. I still fancy Espana to get rid of Taylor before the start of the last round. Taylor occasionally stands his ground and decides to throw a few punches. Didn't look too bad in the opening round. For the first 30 seconds, in fact, came out bombing. Didn't get him anywhere. And Crisanto Espana can afford to look a bit casual here. Taylor hasn't got the greatest ambition in the world. Well, once again there, Espana picks up a warning for almost a low blow, bit borderline. It's the way that Espana just dips to his left to bring that uppercut up. And he's just not getting the angle of the elbow right, consequently just straying slightly low. Taylor has a reputation of being a survivor, and I think he's showing that to good effect here. Oh, and that was awfully low. That was awfully low. That's the 3rd time, and he's getting a point deducted for that. Well, it wasn't intentional, but very careless, Espana there. Had that been against a man in a close fight, it could have cost him very dearly. He needs to watch that in the future, but nothing wrong with his head work. At best, you could give Taylor nothing more than a share of that round, because Espana clearly won it, but had a point deducted at the same time, so they'll finish 9-9. Abdullah Mohammed, the trainer
Got to get inside this boy and work him.
of Dave Taylor.
Walk outside, get on the inside of him and work him, and then throw it back after you get your shit up.
Crisanto, cuando tiene cerca, métele trompa. Duro, combinaciones duras. ¿Cómo te sientes? Bueno, está bien, ¿cómo?
Good boxing. Come on.
Try his face, his face.
And I think Espana may well just concentrate on punching to the head and not risking another one of those hard, low punches.
Good boxing.
Está listo.
So the 6th of a scheduled 8. Espana a street ahead, but as I say, he's had to share that 5th round because he had a point deducted, although he won the round, so 9 points apiece. And the 10-point must system in operation, i.e. the winner of the round will be awarded 10 points and the loser a proportionate amount less. Normally 9, in the case of a knockdown as well. And a good beating, he may get to lose the round by 2 full points. Unusual for a man to lose a round by 10-7. Normally 10-7 means he shouldn't be there in the first place. Good right there from Taylor. Well, Taylor having a go here. Full marks to him. Espana, though, has had, I imagine, a lot harder sparring sessions than this. Nonetheless, it's always a different emphasis when you're out in public. You cannot afford to make a mistake. Clash of heads, who knows? Careless, hanging the chin out to dry and taking a shot. Stranger things have happened. Don't forget tonight, our main event, Frank Nikotra making the first defence of his European Super Middleweight Championship against Belfast's Ray Close. That coming up after this match. Meanwhile, David Taylor still skirts the ring perimeter. Tries to avoid these long punching attacks from Crisanto Espana. Good right. Oh, and these are lovely hooks from Espana, but as I say, he does throw them a bit too wide. He could do with just getting his feet in a few inches more and shortening the punches. Not a bad start to this 6th round for Dave Taylor as we enter the last minute. Taylor has fought sporadically, and when he has put his punches together, he's not looked too bad. But Espana now taking over. Well, a fairly decent left hook there from Taylor. Espana makes him pay. So 6 rounds behind us and 2 to go. Dave Taylor still there, still pretty solid.
That's the left hook I was told you hit with all fucking night long. Now come back with the right hand. You see how you work the right, bang, bang, under, bang, then step back, bang, 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 some more, right? Then now, could I get these last 2 rounds like that? Okay, I got you. I'll give you what you want. What else you want? You want this victory, don't you? Don't you want this win? Let me get some more water. You want this win, don't you? Yeah. Well, all you got to do is fight these 2 rounds, and I think you might have it. Come on.
Well, there's a case of psychology for you from Abdullah Mohammed in the corner there, telling Taylor that if he wins the last 2 rounds, he could take this contest. Well, that might just keep Taylor in the hunt, but he's always going to come second in this match.
Very nice. Just busy. All the time. Okay?
So the penultimate round, then round 7 of a scheduled 8. Crisanto Espana on the right, now with his back to us against David Taylor from the US. Taylor hasn't won a round on my card, but he's shared the 5th by default. Espana had a point deducted for a low punch. This Ponto combo about 17 kilometers. Now we're in the sea, southeast of Paris. Good right to the body there from Espana. Double left hook there from Taylor. One of them landed. Oh, and a lovely long right there from Crisanto Espana. The second time Taylor's hit the deck. And he's quite badly hurt here, I think.
5, 6, 7.
Well, 7.5. He's up at 8. Well, I don't think he's got too much left. Can Espana finish it here? Oh, good barrage of shots there to the body. Well, Taylor still a bit wobbly. Survival time now for Taylor. Less than a minute to go in this 7th round. And Taylor getting pummeled with punches from Espana. Nowhere to hide. There's an old saying in boxing, you can run but you can't hide, and Espana is proving that here. Taylor worried about that cut on his right eye. Well, the referee, Alfred Azaro, has said that's enough. So a win in 7 rounds for Crisanto Espana. Well, Taylor made me sweat a bit there. I didn't expect him to go as far as 7. That's the 3rd 7th round win on the record of Crisanto Espana, the WBC International Welterweight champion. Here's that lovely long right again. Almost a repeat of the 1st round knockdown. Even the way that Taylor fell. Smack on the chin. Good night, Mr. Taylor. In fact, he did well to beat the count. Full marks to him. So 27 wins now for Crisanto Espana, 24 of them coming via the short route.